Hi YouTube, RobbleNuts1 here, and today I've got for you Journey into Mystery. I've got a collection of comics that I want to talk to you about, and yeah, let's get started. In 637, a young Loki teams up with the New Mutants. I think they're in San Francisco at this point. And basically, the Asgardiens team up with the New Mutants to fight a group of Valkyrie warriors called the Disir. And the Disir are a group of warriors who are really centering on going after Sigurd. And a spell basically transforms all of the Asgardiens into humans who aren't aware of their Asgardian selves. So the New Mutants are trying to basically find all of these Asgardians and try and find Sigurd to help reverse the spell and make things better. And the main character of the comic is, of course, Loki. Loki has been transformed into a young boy. And we see him playing out his former life in this fantasy board game in this comic. And it's quite interesting because Loki is no longer, this mischievous adult who, plays into this political game with people. Instead, Loki is a child who sort of has that childlike prankster in him. The character is very much still there, but he's a child, so it sort of makes it kind of cute. And I kind of enjoy that. And going into the main story, we have, going into the main story, it's a lot better to read. Because we have Loki being tasked by the Asgardian Council to sort of help a group called the Otherworld, a group of pantheons who are trying to stop a god called Manchester. And what the Manchester god is called is he's basically a god of the future. He's this demonic entity who sort of has been trapped underground for years and years and years. And basically, he powers he powers the Industrial Revolution and basically helped create the world that we see today. And so Loki and I can't remember her name for the life of me. Loki and his friend Leah basically weave their manipulations in to try and create peace in Otherworld. And Loki manipulates both sides to create peace. In doing so, Loki causes lots and lots of mayhem, which results in several key places that are quite important in Britain, and he just explodes them, and it damages various parts of the Otherworld. The comic's themes are very much about tradition versus the new ways of thinking. And as Loki tries to bring peace, because he's now a child, he views the world in a very childlike manner. Like what my parents wouldn't find cool, something my generation or younger would find cool. And it's quite interesting because Loki just disregards any of the traditional views. And sort of he ends up siding with the Manchester gods. Because he believes that technology sort of should be expanded upon, and which results in Manchester taking over Otherworld. And Loki really introduces a political intrigue that I sort of didn't really quite understand about the character. Like, Loki in this character sort of manipulates things to create this political viewpoint. And he also, at the end of, towards the end of 641, Loki wears this Guy Fawkes mask from V for Vendetta, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. Because, the whole point of Guy Fawkes and the mask really symbolizes, if you've ever watched V for Vendetta, the mask actually symbolizes, and what Guy Fawkes symbolizes for Britain, certainly, is a political power taking over another political power. Because Guy Fawkes during the rising of the British church power, because Britain was trying to move away from the Catholic at the time. And Guy Fawkes was a Catholic who attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. And Loki uses that as a symbol to blow up essentially the House of Parliament belonging to Otherworld. And we basically have the Manchester God replace the traditional pantheons, which ends up creating this new power in Britain. Which I found was quite interesting. Visually, the story was really, really good. I mean, this is some of the artwork. Like, just that's some of the artwork in the story. And it's just great, really. And sort of what I liked about it was that all of the Manchester gods had this steampunk feel to it. And I thought that was absolutely fascinating and mixed really, really well with the Industrial Revolution that they were trying to portray. And all round, just a great, great story. Bye.